Hi there. Okay, right now I'm going to talk about, what to expect on a meeting. What you should bring with you, the meeting materials are a phone or a tablet. Make sure it's fully charged. Your agreement, your two-page agreement that's already pre-filled, like the example I have in the Dropbox. I'll just show you really quick. I have everything highlighted on here. It's pre-signed by me, so I don't miss any signatures. I also have this portion that I go over with the merchant so that they don't say, I wasn't aware it was an auto renewal or what the cancellation clause was. And then you also need to have your signage form and, your campaign request form. I typically fill this campaign request form out after the meeting. I don't like to have to fill out a lot of paperwork in front of the merchant. So during the meeting, make sure you're sitting and have the full attention of your prospect, as I mentioned in the last video. The first thing you're going to do is set the agenda to control the meeting. That way they know what to expect, and they know that you're going to give them pricing at some point, but you want to answer their questions and ask a few questions first before you get to that point. So I just say I'm happy to be here since you showed interest in getting your customers to come back more often and learning a little bit about mobile marketing. Like I said, I work as an independent contractor helping businesses use this #1 mobile marketing tool to get new customers and more repeat business. First, I'm going to ask you some questions. We'll go over how it works and the pricing options. If you like everything, we can move forward, and if not, we can part as friends, and I'll check back with you in a couple months. Does that sound good? And make sure you smile and you're looking them in the eye. You want to make this friendly and light, and not like a robot pitching something to them. So what I'd like for you to be able to do is instantly reach and monetize your customers' mobile devices. The platform I use is SMS text messaging with SendText as the provider. They provide this platform to over 15,000 merchants, and they have a 98% renewal rate. Through my research, I learned that social media and email just don't come close to working as well as mobile messaging for businesses like yours. And that's why I started this business. There is a massive need and demand for this. So let's get into it. Okay? And so step 1 are the first 5 questions that you're going to ask. These 5 questions need to be asked in order to close a deal. So make sure you get really good at these. Like I said, these are going to be available in the regional Dropbox link. So one thing, number 1, the first question is, how many customers do you serve a week? I usually assume that 80% of their customers are regulars, and maybe possibly, if they're really lucky, they get 20% new customers through some kind of other effort. So the next thing is, how much is your average ticket? So I want to know what their ticket is per person that comes in, okay? And I also asked them, number 3, how many times per year does the average person visit? They might not really know, but it starts to get them thinking about, well, maybe they could come in 1 more time or 5 more times a year. That's really why we're sitting down, and that's why they're sitting down with you. The next question I asked them is, how many of your customers do you think actually text? We know it's all of them. Even grandma texts, even 12-year-olds text. So, by the way, do you know an average person looks at their phone 150 times a day? You kind of want to get their buy-in to how important a mobile device is so that they can be front and center with their customers. Now, number 5 is probably the most important question. I asked them, how do you reach your customers once they leave your business or have looked at your website or social media page? So I like to write down, kind of what those answers are, and sometimes they don't have a way other than by social media or email. But we know that, once you go into the next part, that we're going to differentiate that for them. So basically the reason why we're asking these questions is so you could do a little bit of math in your head. You can also use your phone calculator if you're not good at math like I am. But let's just say they have 100 customers a week coming in, and times that times 4 a week. That's 400 visits a month, and their average check is $20. So 400 times $20 is $8,000 in sales a month. So if we just take 10% of their visits a year, that's 480 visits. So 10% of 400 a month is 40 times 12, that's 480 visits. Take that times $20, their average ticket, that's $9,600 in sales if just 10% of their customers come back one extra time. If they get 10% back just one time, they should more than break even, including margins. And they have 52 weeks to send out 1 to 2 messages that 99% see. So anything over and above that 10% is all extra sales, profit, and exposure. Okay, so then this is when you're going to go to the regional website that we have, centexsolutionsinfo.com. This will be on the new website when it comes out, but for right now, that's why I have this one for you all. The other agents don't necessarily have access to this. But what it is it's a presentation that doesn't look like a presentation. So just walk right through that basically on their phone. It just shows you examples, centexsolutions.info.com, how it works. And, get very familiar with that. It will walk you right through and you won't lose your spot, so you don't have to memorize some big long presentation. If you like, show a few paper testimonials relevant to their business. I tend to save those for follow-up if they don't sign up, but I don't really like to take any attention away from their business. I don't sell what other businesses we work with. I sell the technology and how easy it is for their customers to join. So at this point, what I like to do is take them to the sample keywords and ask them to text in, tell them they can opt out anytime. And the reason I need to do this is to demo it for them, to show them how it will work for their customers and how easy it is for them to join. So I'll walk them through, I'll take them and say, okay, go to the to field like you're writing a brand new text and put in the short code. It's basically like, an area code. So put in 57711 there, and in the message field we're going to put your keyword if it was your keyword, but right now we're just going to use a sample one depending on which one relates to their business. And then reply yes, and then you wait a second and they get the message back, and then I say that's it, that customer's in your database and now you can reach them anytime. So they're looking at me and they're like, that's all they have to do? And I say, yeah, that's all they have to do. So that's really great. I've already showed them examples of signage basically on that website. And you also can talk a little bit about the Free for Life program and say, if for every merchant you refer to me, you get 25% off your monthly platform fee, all the way up to 4, and that's free for life. Now that doesn't include any message overages, but with just 2 referrals, your monthly fee is going to be in half. So they really start asking about pricing at this point. I go over the value of what I do for the setup fee. I tell them it takes several hours of my time to coordinate their campaign, turn in all the paperwork, just work with the support office for the platform. And I also will be coming out to train them personally, so that is what my fee is for that. I typically use a blank page and write that my fee is $199. So that seems to be a good point. And then I also go over, based on what you told me, I'm just going to use a number here. You qualify for $149 a month. What I can do is give you your first month free, or this month we actually are giving a little bit off, and you can get started, for $129 a month if you sign up with me this week. Our promotions change all the time, but that's what's available, today or until the end of this week. What I like to do is give you your first month free. It takes a little time for us to get trained and launch, and then I'm going to throw in some bag tags for you to hand out to your customers. I usually have that taken out of my commission. You can also opt to have them pay for those as well. But I find in my area that a $199 setup fee, the first month free, and a 6-month agreement with bag tags is a great seller, and that's probably 98% of the deals that I sell. I show them the agreement and I walk through like all of the value, all the unlimited things, the 5,000 messages included. Just so that you know, it takes about 7 messages for somebody to sign up. So I really only sell the value plan, because as soon as a business has about 500 people signed up, and they send out 2 to 3 messages a week, they're going to be hitting those 5,000 messages a month. I definitely go over the cancellation terms. And so I'll just back up a little bit and I'll say, so yes, $199 registration fee for my consultant fee, and then $149 a month. Is that doable for you? And I watch the reaction, and this is where it lets you kind of talk your way down a little bit. So what I want to do is, hold on, I'm getting some pop-ups there. I'm sorry about that. Now that you understand everything, if there's still him and hawing about the price, I kind of skip over it and I'll say, what do you think your customers would like to get them to sign up? I personally, and they start visualizing this in their head, but I personally find that 2 things work the best: money off now or a big text to win contest. So if your average ticket's $25, I say get $5 off for spending $25 or more. So they're not even losing any money and probably upselling. That is very popular and it works very well for me. Or what I'll do, typically only for retail, is I'll run a big text to win contest with a very large dollar amount or gift card for that particular business. So let's pick one. And then I'll say, well, all we really need to do now is get your payment information and we can have you up and running in a week and a half. Are you ready to start your VIP club? And great, let's have a check or a credit card so we can get started. That's all I need to know. So if they say they have to think about it, and I'll say, I understand that. What I'd really like to do is come back and meet with you both again if you think it's something they'll be open to and if you really want to move forward. That way, if you have questions, I can answer them for you. Or if you think they're pretty much going to be good with this, given that we have our Free for Life program, let's just get you going now. It's only a 6-month term. See what they say. If they say they have to research it, I say, well, I really went over every single aspect of this tool with you. It's just texting. Your customers have phones. You have a phone. You text. They text. What is it that you need to research? So, hopefully, I'm pretty sure we have all the questions answered. It's just a simple 3-step system, like I told you. And we take care of everything from here. That's really my job, to show you the way. You're simply getting your customers to sign up, and when you get customers, you're going to be sending out 1 to 2 broadcasts a month, and I'm going to train you how to easily do that. So which one of your customers is not worth $3 to $4 a day? So some people say they want to sleep on it, and I say, I understand you don't want to make a decision right now. I got it. And I'll say, this is a really great deal. Did you have to think about it when you had to put your business on Facebook? Probably not. Texting works, so other than that, what is holding you back from getting started right now, and trying it for 6 months? Look at your phone right now. How many unopened emails do you have? It's probably thousands. And how many unopened texts do you have? And sometimes that helps get them over the edge too. So if they say no, I just say I do have the ability to reach out to any business. That's fine. Like I said, I can hold these terms for you for a week, as our specials aren't available all the time with this platform. I think this is a very generous terms. We have excellent, the best pricing because we're direct to merchant. So if you have any questions in the meantime, please just shoot me a simple text, as there may be an easy fix to any concern you have. If you're not going to do this at all, that's fine. I have other businesses I can reach out to. Like I said, there's a massive demand for this from customers and merchants. Just tell me now and we can part as friends. But when you start seeing this all over the place very soon, because you're going to start noticing it everywhere now, please call me and we can revisit. Is that fair? If it's just a pricing issue, go back to the 10% and the $9,600 in sales where they're spending maybe around $1,500. So that kind of is there, very often just one extra customer a week who brings a friend will pay for this, and everything else is profit. Plus there is no other media. Their reach is 99%. So they will see it, which is the point of any advertising. and just find out if there's any reason they wouldn't want to move forward so that you can address it. So that's really what it is. You're going to fill out the paperwork, double check your payment information, and then you're going